something that you created is gonna live on somebody else for the rest of their life. My name is Tina Hartwig. I live here in Kingston, Ontario, and I am a tattoo apprentice at Sky's the Limit Tattoos. I'm a military brat, so I moved around a lot, always moving to a new province every couple of years. It was interesting but difficult being the new kid all the time, so I spent a lot of time alone drawing, which is where my artistic passions probably started. I needed to fill a lot of time in between when you're moving to new places and meeting new friend groups or whatever, so I did a lot of drawing in my room on my own. I started with a lot of sort of comic book cartoon art, and as I got a little older I moved into more towards realism, but always with a graphic spin. And mostly pen and ink, pencil, graphite to start, not much in the way of painting. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to be growing up, but I knew I wanted it to be in art. My parents really pushed me to go into something a little more practical. They said that comic book artist is not really a realistic goal to start, and that I needed to have a practical foundations. In college, I took graphic design here at St. Lawrence in Kingston. I excelled at corporate design, and that's what I ended up doing a lot of once I got out of college. It was definitely a strength of mine. I had been doing graphic design in print shops and for a magazine company for about 5 years before I had my son. And just with my husband being on the road and time constraints and all of the things, I decided it would be easiest to start my own freelance business. I had to shut down, unfortunately, due to COVID. Most of my clients shut down for COVID, and 90% of them didn't reopen. It was frightening and frustrating. I had worked all of those years to build up a client base, and just within a year, it was gone. At the time, it was fortunate that I got in at Loblaws, because when you have bills to pay, paycheck's paychecks, so it was hard. I had worked at Loyalist for about 2 or 3 years, and some coworkers mentioned to me that tattooing might be something I might want to look at. So I decided to go for it and put together a portfolio and went looking for an apprenticeship. When I finally got an apprenticeship here at Sky's the Limit, it was exciting and terrifying and all the things, but mostly I was relieved that I had a starting point and that I could start moving forward. Working here in this space is amazing. I have 4 other artists to learn from, and they all have different styles and different ways of doing things, so it's a lot of information to draw from and a lot of experience to gain. And they are always more than willing to answer any of my questions or offer advice. When I first started, I still did a lot of pencil and paper or ink on paper and just redrawing over and over again, but that takes a lot of time. So I do have a tablet now. I do most of my tattoo designs on my iPad in a program called Procreate. It streamlines the process a lot. It feels great when you produce a piece of art and someone buys it, but when someone asks you to put a piece of art on their body that's going to be on there forever, that's a whole new level of gratification, but also anxiety. You're very, very aware of the fact that this person's going to wear this, and you want to do your absolute best job on every piece. It's the best and worst part of it. It's definitely something that you created is gonna live on somebody else for the rest of their life. Right now, I'm still just trying to get comfortable with a lot of the different kinds of styles. I haven't nailed down what I would call my style exactly yet, but I do have aspirations of moving into like realism and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm still sort of at the very kind of bottom basic levels of tattooing right now. Future artists in general, I would just say draw, like do it every day. Be consistent in creating something every day. As long as you're always looking to move forward and continue to practice, I think it's important to always challenge yourself.